One of the most common mistakes I see sellers make is what they want the home to sell for, as opposed to first understanding what the buyer will pay for, because this is the little old secret, people. The work that you do up front is actually how you maximize the return in regards to what you're looking to put in your pocket and the time period you're actually looking to sell your home. I have all this in the description below in our free seller guide, so you guys can look through it and fully understand this, and also kind of see how this family behind me leveraged this exact concept. Would you be willing to spend up to $8,000 before your home even sold, with the chance of making significantly more money by doing that? Well, in this video, we are going to talk about the decision that this seller had to make in regards to the repairs needed, staging, and pricing strategy that they had to do in order to do just that, in the end result. And not only getting 7 offers on the home once they put it on the market, but within 4 days of it being live. Most sellers worry about what selling their home would cost them, but let me tell you a little dirty secret. The best sellers focus on what the repairs that they're gonna do are gonna make them. If you're someone who is concerned about, man, do I spend money on this, or should I actually invest in this repair? Check my description below. I have my free seller guide, which is going to give you a nice structure and an idea of what to spend your money on and what not to waste it on, so you can maximize what you're looking for in regards to the money that you want to put in your pocket, right? And then in the time period you're looking to sell your home. So let's talk about my family right here, who had this same exact decision that they had to make. Now, like I was saying in the first video, after our walkthrough, I sat down with my sellers and let them know, hey, this is what I see and this is what I'm suggesting we do, especially in this Deltona area, where it's not just about the comparables, which are very important, that let us know what the ceiling of this type of home would be, as well as the floor, but also the competition. So in this price point, we have a lot of inventory, right? And mainly not just regular resale homes, but we're also had to compete against new construction. That's a video for another day, but when you're selling your home up against new construction, you can do it, but there's some measures that you have to make sure that you make. Some of the key measures that I suggested they make for this home, so we can sell in this kind of tight window that we needed to sell, because we were right in that spring market before the summer market, is pre-listing inspection, as well as staging the home. Now, why a pre-listing inspection is very important for you as a seller is what I tell my people, and please don't take offense to this, okay, is once you decide to sell your home, it's no longer yours. So with that being said, we have to start to look at the home through the buyer's lens and what they're going to see. So what a pre-listing inspection allows us to do is, yes, you are going to pay for an inspection before you even sell your home, but this is the reason why. That inspection report is not gonna tell lies. It doesn't have biases. It doesn't have those memories that you guys have created in here. When we have that pre-listing inspection, it's letting us know all the things that are going on with the home. Now, are we fixing every single thing? No, but we sit down and we talk about, hey, Mr. Seller, hey, Mrs. Seller, these 3 things are pivotal in regards to not only resale value, but majority of your people are gonna be using financing. And financing, they have certain things that have to be taken care of, such as electrical, type of plumbing, safety measures in regards to wood rot, your roof. So if we see those things coming up on the report, we're gonna strategize on what we can fix that is going to not break the bank, but maximize your return. Also, we'll have a second conversation in regards to, hey, cosmetically, I suggest us fix this, and here's the reason why. So for this particular home, one of the things that we saw that came up in the inspection report were some electrical situations. So if you guys don't know what a GFCI is, hit your Googles, hit your ChatGPT, right? But for lack of better terms, you have to have a GFCI, especially in places like kitchens and wet areas, because it's just like a shutoff. So our GFCIs initially weren't working. So I addressed that to my client is like, hey, we need to fix this. This isn't something we're gonna wait for the buyer to find out and then we get held up under contract and la la la. Let's fix that. Secondly, the guest bathroom was another major thing that I suggested. Hey, I know it's a bathroom and it's gonna cost a little bit more money, but the upside on that is going to outweigh what it's going to cost you, okay? And you have to think like this, and this is what really landed home for the buyer, is like, the person who's going to buy this property is going to be a first-time home buyer, most likely somebody who's starting a new family or is going to be planning on starting a new family. And how do you think they're going to view putting their child in this bathroom? Articulating that to my seller, they were able to see like, oh yeah, you're right. If I had a young child or somebody new, I would want a better bathroom for that. So we did fix that. In addition to that, harping on the fact that we are surrounded by competition, like new construction and things of that nature. We've lived in here in a while. There's a little bit of wear and tear. Interior paint goes such a long way. So that was another suggestion that we made. And there was a few more odds and ends that did add up to almost about $8,000 in total in regards to the repairs that we needed to make for this home. It's a tough conversation, but check out what happens in the end. So once we got past the pre-listing inspection, all those things that we agreed to repair on that end, I then brought up staging. And you guys are gonna see in the next video how well the home is staged. All that furniture you see in there, all the nice little decorations and stuff, that's not theirs. That's the staging company. Now that does cost money, right? So I'm suggesting this, I'm saying, hey, majority of people who are purchasing a home are buying with feelings. When they walk in the home, one of the main things that is the determining factor is they say, this feels like the one. It's our responsibility when we're selling the home to create that feeling. And one of the strongest ways to do that is staging the home, giving them a vision of what their home would look like, creating that feel. And staging, statistically, if you stage your home, you not only sell it faster, the statistic also is that 17 to 22% of homes that are staged have a higher sales price based off of what they listed for. So you're gonna not only list your home, you're gonna stage it, but it's also gonna sell for more. So the statistics are there, but when you see that price tag, $2,200 to about $2,500, you're like, Deontay, I don't know if I have that. Now, the cool thing about my staging company is we're actually able to put that at the end. So you don't have to pay that up front. It comes at closing. So when you close, that $2,200 to $2,500 comes out of your proceeds. So essentially you never had to spend a dime. So I think it's an amazing deal. And luckily, all those things they agreed on. Now, typically it takes me about 2 weeks to, what I like to say, launch somebody's home. However, and when we're dealing with kind of handyman and things like that, this home took about 3.5 weeks to get ready. Now, once again, when we're looking at numbers, we want to get this thing on the market before the kids go out of school. The reason why is because when people are looking for homes, they want to be settled in their home for the summer. Thirdly, okay, once they're looking for the summer, they're looking at the price. Prices are the things. So the pricing strategy is something that we really had to have aligned. So the top home that sold in this area was about $300,000 or a little bit under. And once again, they had all the bells and the whistles done. And I let them know, hey, this home most likely is not going to sell for that, but we can get as close as possible to that number. How we do that is creating a bidding war. So every time I do that, I create a net sheet, which my title partner is going to discuss about what the net sheet does and what it entails. Shout out to Emily with Elevate Title, and she's going to walk you through how the net sheet actually works for you.
Hey everyone, my name's Emily. I'm from Elevate Title Co. And I wanted to quickly tell you a little bit about a net sheet and how it's gonna work for you. So the net sheet is something that I work with Deontay on, and it is essentially what you're going to net, how much money you're going to walk away with. It's a breakdown, a very quick, simple breakdown where Deontay goes ahead and enters the numbers. So for example, it has some things that are costs and some things that are benefits towards you. If there's some sort of credit that you are giving towards the buyers, the seller concession, that would be something that comes out of your pocket, so it would be listed as a deduction on the net sheet. If you have a loan payoff, that will also be included in the net sheet. It's gonna basically list the sales price, how much you're paying in commission, how much you have that you owe on your mortgage, and every other detail that is required for the seller side in pertaining to your home and your sale. It's perfect for you because you get to understand how much in an estimated version that you get to pocket as you walk away from the sale. For this particular property, you're gonna be walking away with a minimum $100,000, and that's gonna be estimated on the net sheet with all of the costs, everything that is required for closing, and everything that you're looking at for whatever you may owe, whatever the real estate compensation is, any seller concessions, and so on and so forth. If you have any questions, you can always reach me, Emily, at Elevate Title Co. My information will be provided. Have a wonderful day.
When I do that breakdown, I'm giving them 3 net sheets. I'm giving them worst case scenario net sheet. I'm giving them, hey, okay, I believe most likely this is where we're gonna land. And then I'm gonna hit the selling the dream net sheet, all right? So they have those 3 numbers. And I say, which one are you okay with? This scenario, the one that we landed on in the middle, over 6 figures, right? So majority of people, like, okay, we can deal with that, you know, in regards to the net sheet and putting this investment up front. Because mind you, we're almost at $8,000 already, right? So you're gonna want a nice return on the investment. After going through all that strategy, the pricing, the staging, the pre-listing inspection, the fixing of repairs, I have my crew come in regards to photographers, videographers, marketing, right? And we put the home on the market on a Thursday. Kid you not, about 45 minutes in, I'm already getting a call to show the home. Guys, we listed the home on Thursday. We had 7 offers by Monday morning. So you guys, I know you're gonna wanna know about those 7 offers in 4 days. Don't worry, guys. You're gonna check out the next video that we have coming up. But for you all who are like, Deontay, how is this possible? Check the description below. Seller guide, free for you guys to download to really get an understanding of what you're gonna have to do when you put your home on the market, or even before you put your home on the market. I believe it's such a great value add for you all to have before you jump into this huge venture of selling your home. And like I said before, you're gonna wanna stay tuned to the last video of this series to see what we had to go through in regards to this buyer and the 7 offers that came in, okay? So stay tuned.